Alright, what's up boys? Today we're back on MX Bikes, and yeah, there was an update on the OEMs today. Insane updated the OEMs to version 17.0, I believe is what it's called. And yeah, all he said, which is a little mysterious, but all he said is there was suspension changes to the bikes. And that's all we know, I believe, unless I'm missing something, but I believe all he said was that there were suspension changes. So I came on to Minneapolis to try and test some of the bikes out. I'll be going through like 2 or 3 bikes and just seeing what feels different, seeing if I can tell any difference for you guys, and yeah. But before we get into that, I just wanted to say thank you guys from the bottom of my heart for, you know, supporting the channel recently. It's been growing like crazy. I never expected this. Yeah, we just hit 1,000 subs, well, 1.1k subs. So yeah, that's absolutely crazy. I can't thank you guys enough. It's just been so sick, man. Thank you guys. Anyways, let's get into what the bikes feel like. So the first thing I noticed is the bikes definitely feel different. I can't tell if they're good or bad. I'm already kind of getting used to this Honda, but at first, it definitely felt different. I'm going to be going through, I think, the Cowie, and maybe I'll try the Yamaha or maybe the KTM out. Because the KTM has always been known for having bad suspension. Yeah, it's a super light bike and it has lots of horsepower, but the KTM, you know, it's always been known for having this weird, janky suspension that just doesn't seem to really work with the game. So that's really the main thing that's been holding the KTM back. So I would like to see if the KTM is now fixed, or what. Anyways, let's talk about the Honda though. The first thing I can say is the rear feels different. I don't know. It might feel a little higher up, maybe. Maybe the rear feels a little stiffer. But the biggest difference I feel on the Honda is in the rear. I'm not really sure. I can't really put my finger on it. I've been looking through Discord, and a lot of people say they can't even tell the difference. So maybe it's just because, you know, I have a lot of hours in this game, and I don't know. Maybe I'm to the point where I can tell like every little, like, minor difference now in the bikes. If you guys didn't know, I do ride stock suspension, and I'm assuming that's what he changed, is the, you know, stock suspension. Yeah, I just feel the biggest difference in the rear. The front, maybe it feels slightly softer on the front. I don't know, but the rear is where I'm feeling the difference. Before the update, the Honda was known for being a super solid bike with that you could always rely on, and the suspension is probably the best suspension in the game was the Honda. It kind of had a lot of bottom end, and for Supercross that's, you know, amazing. So you have really good suspension, which is good for Supercross, and you have a lot of bottom end, which is good for Supercross. It doesn't have the most horsepower, so it's not the best like top end speed, but the lower end speed, or the lower end, you know, grunt is really good on this bike. But suspension wise, it's always been, you know, the best bike. So I don't know if that's going to change or not. We'll have to see how big of differences the other bikes got, or how big of the update was for the other bikes. But so far the Honda feels somewhat the same. Still feels like the Honda, just the rear feels different. I can't put my finger on exactly what it is. Maybe it's stiffer, maybe it feels a little bit higher up. I don't know. And again, the front feels a little bit softer. But he did say it was just, I'm pretty sure he just said it was just minor changes. I could be wrong. I'll put a screenshot up of exactly what he said about the update. So yeah, as you can see, it's just suspension changes, and I'm pretty sure it's just minor. But yeah, the Honda is probably the most popular bike right now. That's why I started out with it, at least in the 250s. I will go hop on the Cowie now, which is probably the second most popular bike in the 250s. As I go down. But yeah, let me go hop on the Cowie, and then I can let you guys know how that feels. Alrighty, we are here on the Cowie. Let's see if I can get this transfer in. Come on. Whoa, nice. No. Oh, whoa. The front suspension. Did you guys see that? That was very strange. Okay, I know I just sent it like 200 feet, but look at the front suspension. Boom, and then it wiggles. That was very weird. I was doing a little bit of testing before I started recording, and the main problem I saw with the Cowie was that if the front end felt really unstable, like that, it felt like it wiggled everywhere. Even in the corners, when you landed, it just feels it feels different. But yeah, before we get more into the Cowie, let me know down below if you guys have played the new OEMs yet, if you guys have downloaded them and tested them, and let me know if you guys can feel a difference or can't feel a difference, and if you're, you know, liking it, disliking it, or yeah, just let me know down in the comments below. Back to the Cowie though. Like I was saying though, the front end feels really, really unstable now, which is not good for the Cowie users, because there's some big time Cowie lovers out there, and I'm one of them. I love the Cowie. And yeah, that is really not good. The front, like I said, on the Honda, the biggest difference that I could feel was in the rear. On the Cowie, it's in the front. Again, I can't tell you exactly what it is. It just feels unstable now on the front. It feels really soft, and it feels like any little tiny bump affects it. I don't know. It just kind of feels like everything is kind of just like moving the front end of the bike. It's very strange. It feels like the front end is never really planted. See, like that. See that? That was so weird. What was that? The one thing I can tell you, though, is that the Cowie 250 does have the most horsepower out of all the 250s besides the KTM. And it kind of seems like the Cowie 250 has more traction now, which is kind of crazy. So that would obviously be a difference in the rear suspension. Again, I can't tell you because Insane didn't tell us exactly what he changed in the suspension. Oh, as a front tire. Again, that's the front for you. I don't know what is going on with the front of the Cowie now, but the Cowie might be dead, guys. Anyways, like I was saying, Insane is the one who makes the OEMs, and he didn't tell us exactly what he changed with the suspension. He just said he changed the suspension. And again, see that how it just kind of, my bars kind of shook there? How strange is that? That is very, very weird. The biggest difference is definitely in the front. It just seems so unstable. Anyways, like I was saying though, the Cowie feels like it kind of has more traction now. For example, I'm like over jumping the triple ins now. I almost quadded a section back there. Hold on, I'll show you. This section right here, I almost quadded once. Let's see if I can do it again. Yeah, see that? Look how close I'm getting to quadding that. Again, this might just be in my head, but I truly do feel that the Cowie feels like it has more traction now. Okay, right here, I overjumped the triple in, and watch this. See how when I case that, it just kind of, my bars twist. That's the main thing that the Cowie feels like now. It feels like my bars are twisting now. It like goes left, right. See that? I don't know if you guys could see that or not, but anyways, Cowie has always been a great bike, but it might be time to say goodbye. It's like I said, it has a lot of power, and it feels like it has even more traction now, but it might be over for the Cowie just because of the front suspension alone. Anyways, let's go hop on the KTM and see if they finally fix the KTM. All right, here we are on the KTM. Can we get the transfer in? Uh-oh, that is not a good sign for the KTM. Okay, the biggest difference that I can tell with the KTM so far is that the rear feels very loose. It feels like I can slide out very easy. It's kind of the opposite to the Cowie, where the Cowie felt like it gained traction. The KTM kind of feels like it lost a little bit of traction. It feels like it's just, whoa, see that? Kind of feels like it's just sliding everywhere. I don't know. Oh, see that? What the hell? It just kind of just slid off the face of that jump. That was very strange. Again, just sliding the back end out on the face of jumps. It's just very strange. I don't know what is going on with that. And I can even feel it in the corners too. I'm just kind of controlling it around the corners. It's when I don't expect it, is when it bites me. Other than the sliding though, this front suspension feels much better than it used to. It kind of feels like the old Cowie, like how the Cowie used to feel. So that's very good. I really like that. It's just the rear end, the sliding is just a little bit of a problem. And I don't think it's traction because, you know, sometimes I'm not even on the throttle and it's just kind of sliding out, or I'm barely on the throttle and it's just kind of sliding out. Again, though, this thing is, you know, the lightest bike and it's the most powerful bike. Again, though, the front suspension feels great, and I think if we can figure out some settings on the rear, this might be the new best bike in the game, to be honest. It's always been like that with the KTM. If we could just find a setup, the KTM would always be the best bike. But now I feel like we're even a step closer with the KTM, where instead of having to worry about the front and the rear, I feel like we just have to worry about the rear. I don't know exactly what that would be. I'm no kind of setup guy. I don't know why the rear end would be sliding out so much, and I don't know what I could do in my setup to change that. If you guys know, let me know in the comments. But yeah, KTM feels half solid, half kind of sketchy. I can really see the potential with this bike. We're just going to have to kind of figure it out, I think. Again, slide out, just, I don't know. It almost feels like I'm on like a 350 or something, or a 450, I don't know. Anyways, I think I'm going to go hop on the Yamaha here. That's another one of the bikes that everybody's been asking for like a buff or upgrade to. And yeah, obviously in real life, you know, the Yamaha's been dominant for the last 6 years or so, 7 years, I don't know, for a while. And yeah, we're all just kind of hoping that, whoa, one day it just gets an upgrade or a buff. So please, Insane, if you're watching this, please, please, please give the Yamaha a buff. We would all love you for it. I think it's been neglected for far too long, and it definitely deserves a upgrade. Anyways, let's go hop on the Yamaha. All right, we're on the Yamaha. I think this is going to be the last bike that we test. Can we get the transfer? Nope, I didn't even get enough speed, but we're going to land it. Ooh, Yamaha suspension. Feels pretty good. Anyways, like I said, I think this is going to be the last bike that we test. I'll obviously be doing more testing throughout the week, and I'll keep you guys updated. Again, they're not the biggest changes in the world, but I feel like, to me at least, they're definitely noticeable, and I can definitely feel them quite a bit. Okay, so first impressions with the Yamaha is the rear feels very stiff. I'm not noticing too much on the front. The front actually feels extremely solid, but the rear feels pretty stiff. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but that's just what it feels like. Again, obviously this is just a suspension update, so the Yamaha still feels like it has, you know, average power, if not below average power, which is very strange in my opinion, because obviously in real life the Yamaha is, you know, known for its power. So again, insane. Please, pretty please give the Yamaha a buff. We would all love you for it. Anyways, not much to say about the Yamaha. As always, it's always a very solid bike in the suspension, but again, the power is just kind of lacking. I actually might ride this bike. We will have to wait and see. It's looking between Honda and Yamaha for me so far. Maybe KTM if I can find a setup. Again, though, the only difference that I can really feel with this Yamaha is it feels a bit stiffer in the rear. Front is not too bad. Again, though, apparently this is just small changes, so I don't know if this is just placebo effect in my head, and I'm just, you know, tripping, and there's not, you know, it's not as big as changes as I'm making it out to be. But to me, I feel like it's a big change. Not big, but it's a change, I guess. It's an average change. I don't know. I can definitely feel it. Again, let me know what you guys think of the new update down in the comments below. Oh my, this Yamaha's feeling solid. The more I ride it, the more I like it. Uh-oh, we might be switching to the Yamaha, boys, even though it kind of lacks on the power side. The suspension just feels so good to me. I can probably figure out the Honda suspension. It looks like I'm not going to be a stock guy anymore, because I think I read somewhere that the stock suspension is what changed. So like you can still go back to the old settings, I believe. I'm not sure if you just change the settings, but I don't remember the stock Honda settings, to be honest. But yeah, I don't know. This Yamaha is feeling really solid. We might be switching. Again, I think I can make up for the power with some momentum, and the suspension is just feeling great, to be honest. Anyways, I kind of wanted to do one of my normal videos that I do today, where I kind of like go over how Detroit went, how the race went, and which was absolutely chaotic, by the way. But we will get into that tomorrow. And yeah, I just kind of wanted to ride around, maybe do an online lobby, do some races, and yeah, talk about the race. But then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, these dropped, and I was like, okay, I gotta hop on this and make a video on this, and keep you guys updated and let you know my thoughts on it. And I'm very, very curious, like I said, to know your guys' thoughts on it, because at least in the Discord, I've been seeing mixed responses about it. I think for me though, the sleeper bikes are gonna be the Yamaha and the KTM. If you guys can figure these bikes out, they might be the new best bikes in the game. Again, I think we're going to have to go away from the stock, so all you stock guys out there, unfortunately, I think it's time to start putting some setups on. So I might do an updated setup video and settings video if you guys would like to see that. But yeah, I think that's going to do it for me today. Just kind of wanted to update you guys on these new bikes. I guess they're not new, but the suspension's new. And yeah, as always, thank you guys so much for the support on the channel recently. It's been growing like crazy, and I can't thank you guys enough. Hopefully we keep growing from here, and I know this goal sounds kind of crazy, but I want to try and hit 2,000 subscribers by the end of the month, which we're already kind of halfway through the month. But I think if we put out a couple banger videos, I think we might be able to get to 2,000 by the end of the month. I really want to try and hit that, which sounds like a big goal, but I'm an ambitious guy. I think we can do it, and I believe in you guys. I think you guys can do it too. So yeah, if you guys haven't yet, hit that subscribe button, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.